Legendary teams, major players, and electrifying tactical action are back in CSGO Regional Major Rankings 2021. From June 27th till July 4th, 10 teams will clash in the thrilling showdown for the prize pool of $100,000 and slots at the PGL Major Stockholm 2021. Who will win more rounds? Who will show the most furious play? And who will claim the major prize? Find out at the CSGO Regional Major Rankings 2021. And don't forget to reload.
Welcome back to the StarLadder CIS RMR event. This is the regional major ranking for our CIS region. And Hawka, we have had a bit of an upset alert here on Dust 2. It was a map win coming in for 100PingGods up against Virtus.pro. And Virtus.pro, one of our best teams here at this event. One of the best. And 100PingGods have come through the qualifier, the closed qualifier, to make it through here to this event. And they've taken the first map of the series against them. It is Dust 2, a very, very comfortable map for 100PingGods, and one that has been known to be an upset map, but we're heading into Inferno. Do you believe there's a chance here for the 2-0 upset?
Oh, it's going to be tough, but I think VP have shown some poor performances on Inferno lately. I've seen one or two games where I've been really turned away from their T sides. I don't think they've been as good as they used to be on this map. So I think it more comes down to the sort of level we see from VP. But there's definitely a world in which VP just have a bit of an off day and 100PingGods could make something happen here. I think that's actually a possibility, as weirdly as it sounds.
It definitely feels like there's a chance, because I was doing a little digging around the stats, trying to find some world in which it's possible for this to happen, and it's the second most played map for 100PingGods in terms of actually playing the map. It's not a very high win percentage. They only got 44% win rate on it, but when I look at some of the teams they're losing to, it is likes of Dignitas, etc., Copenhagen Flames, and these online Spring, Sweet Spring, I don't know if they're qualifiers, the main events, etc., but they definitely play against some decent opposition. But Virtus.pro are a little level above those guys as well, so I definitely feel like Virtus.pro should be the team realistically outside of the fairy tale world, should be coming back into the series on this map. I think Dust 2 is a huge outlier. It is a map where we see 100PingGods play really well. Hopefully Virtus.pro should be coming into this one and resetting mentally coming into a map. They've been down before. This should be the rest of the series where Virtus.pro should be a bit more comfortable. But like you said, we have seen some weaknesses on Inferno before for Virtus.pro. And in general, it's on that T side, right? And that's where they're going to be starting.
Yeah, and after having that loss on Dust 2, we've just got to hope they don't get off to a slow start here. Otherwise, maybe that gets to their head slightly. We'll wait and see, though. VP have generally been a good Inferno team historically. It's generally been a go-to for them in the last couple of months. Let's hope they can go ahead and turn their fortunes around in this one. Sorrow sneaking all the way into enemy lines. They're trying to check for him, but he's going all the way through, and Sanji is right behind him.
Oh, Sorrow, good headshot, but Sanji quick to trade it out. As you said, was right behind him the whole time. And Smiley out towards top middle. If you are just tuning into the series and wondering which player to look out for 100PingGods, watch Smiley. He was unbelievable over on that first map. Hawker would probably say Chuk Fasura as well. If I'm correct on that one, he was playing at lights out on Dust 2 as well.
Yeah, he was doing a lot on those early kills. Definitely helped get them into rounds in the first place fairly often. 49 seconds left. VP are very happy to run the clock down on Inferno. Expect to see a lot of this once we get into the gun rounds, even doing it here on the pistol, but the fake B play won't be too successful for Buster. He's been taken out.
Winter and Pit, he's got his teammate up on the balcony as well to try and help him out. Smiley's playing anti-flash and eventually will peek out. Kicker storms through the apartments, gets a second kill. That is unbelievable from Kicker. So quick to look down for the second. But the bomb plant now locked in for Virtus.pro. They look to the 2v3 post plan. They have taken some damage on board, most notably on Kicker. He was down on 14, but with Yakindar on 100 HP in the middle of the site, that does give them a huge advantage, not only in the man advantage, but also in health. And Obviously, Yakindar, it's not an easy player to get out of the site itself, and with Sanji and Pit, it works out well for Virtus.pro. They win the pistol.
Well, the presence towards B wasn't too effective initially, but Virtus.pro find a way back into the round, late on into it. Their take is effective over towards A. Lovely reaction shot from Kicker. That helps open it up. And those kills are all they needed to get out onto the bomb site. So nice start for Virtus.pro. In comes a buy from the CTs. Not much utility though. I may have preferred those MP9s to go down to pistols here just to get some more nades. But instead of using nades, they're going to go for a push down mid.
Oh no! Oh no! Jukfasura gets away with a double kill on the MP9. And Virtus.pro are handed a nightmare start. Luckily, Sanji's going to get that refrying elsewhere on the map up in the apartments. He's got a little bit more to do. Smiley's down there in Boiler. CTs are taking banana control, suffocating Virtus.pro in terms of map control right now. Sanji's even given up apartments, really. And Jim's held in behind a smoke. Luckily, there is time for Virtus.pro. They're not forced down under a minute just yet. Just a minute and 5 left on this clock. And the smoke will start to fade away, and now it is gone. And the CTs retreat back into the B site. 3v3. Recovered weapons for 100PingGods. An AK-47 in the hands of Winter. A Galil for Jukfasura. And a scout in the hands of Smiley, which we know what he can do with that.
Nice for Winter to hold this smoke so late into the round. He spots them. Oh, he's going to try and hang around on Banana with this AK. Can he lock this down? He's got the first kill. Push through. Finds him the second. And Yakindar has to try and fight back, which he will. But the rotate is starting to come in towards B. And Yakindar, oh wow, 23 seconds left. And he's running it all the way back to A, Dinko. What a smart play from Yakindar.
Yeah, he's running it as well. He knows he doesn't have much time to clear any of these corners. Has to immediately get onto the plant. And he's going to do it. He's going to lock it in. Gives himself as much time as possible to get a good post-plant position. I love the conviction, the decisiveness from Yakindar in the clutch. He's also got a molly and 2 flashes here as well for that post-plant. He goes into the bedroom. 100PingGods have made a quick rotation through library together, so they're actually already close on the site. No kit in play. So they certainly will be limited in terms of the time, and that Molotov could become a big problem for them. Yakindar is going to go down to Boiler. Molotov at the ready. He's got the lineup for it. Smiley. Oh, it's gone too deep. The Molotov has not landed, and Smiley's going to stick the 10-second defuse. Yakindar has lost out the round from a genius play to a failed Molotov. And it's the round for 100PingGods.
Oh, man. That was so unfortunate. It all looked so good. But it turned out it was too good to be true for Yakindar. Man, you just want him to win it when he makes that play. Running it back to A there is a big risk. If there's someone pushing down mid, it's hard to stop and take that fight against him. But Yakindar made the ballsy play, nearly made it work. Just one small mistake costs him. And now VP have to go down to just 2 AKs in this round to try and bounce right back.
No fight on Banana for 100PingGods in this round, and Virtus.pro might just take that anywhere they can go without taking damage, losing fights. We'll see how close they can get to the B site. Jukfasura and Iceman. Not an easy duo to take down, and good Molotov. Good timing to throw that utility as well. It's going to put Virtus.pro back into Banana. It's going to sprinkle some damage onto them as well. Makes them quite uncomfortable knowing that, okay, holding onto the utility. Virtus.pro are aware of teams doing that to them now on the T side. It does make things quite difficult for Virtus.pro because when they run this clock down, if teams are hanging onto the utility, it's just going to create so many problems, and they still got a smoke. Sorrel still has a smoke in his hands, and there's only 40 seconds left. This is starting to get a little messy for Virtus.pro. They're going to have to just hit these headshots as they come into this B site, and there's 3 players here to flush out. This is going to be hard.
They're going to try and force it with the flashes. Jukfasura in an unexpected angle. Oh, great kill from Yakindar, though. That's going to help them get onto the site. But Jukfasura almost lines up too. Yakindar just about able to trade. They will get the bomb down. in a 2v2, and more importantly, they still have a bit of utility for this post plant. That molly from Yukindar could be crucial as both CTs come in from Banana.
And it's Jame and Yukindar left as well. These two are the big hitters for this side. And Yukindar's down. He was the low HP, so now it is Jame who has to do it all. He's on the coffin. Tap on the ball from Sorrow. Peeks into the open. Jame has a lineup. He's picked up one. Nice little camp path on the left side. In the meantime, Jame gets the clutch. The double kill for him. The lineup and the clutch is needed. Virtus.pro. They run the clock down, and it's Yukindar that does most of the heavy lifting there. But it's Jame that gets the round win in the end.
Good time for Jame to get his first 2 kills of the game, too, in that 1-on-2 situation. Bit of a sketchy start for both teams, in all honesty. It's not been convincing for either of them, but VP won't be too bothered about that. They've got themselves off to a decent enough start with the round wins. They should have a chance to start to control the game somewhat from this point. Definitely will be a hot topic going forwards. Do VP go for some fast plays at any point in this game? Do they go for a switch up to try and keep the CTs guessing? Because then you might bait out some CT utility earlier. And this is that buy again from 100PingGods. It doesn't look too great. They didn't have too much money, but they've gone for the full-on force up, going all in on this round right here.
All the chips in the middle of the table. 100PingGods make these economic decisions, like you brought up. We've seen them mainly making them on the T side. It's a different story on the CT side, I think, when you go with these investments and this is your game plan, because as a CT, on average, obviously a bit more expensive to be a CT, so it can't really affect you in the long run. There is a bit more pressure to win these kind of rounds, or at least make it viable, make it worth your while. They have given enough resistance in Banana to try and trigger the attack into the A side of Virtus.pro, and they're going to come on up. Yukindar starting to land entries now. There's a headshot on Smiley. Good timing for the peek in behind, and that is disgusting from Sorrow. Yukindar and Buster both hit the deck, and Sorrow repositions back to default. He could be a distraction for Winter. He doesn't even need to get enough kills. He can just distract away from his teammate that lies in the corner. Sanji has found Iceman, and Winter is still here in the middle of the site. Took for Sur on the P250. Virtus.pro losing players left, right, and center, but it comes down to Winter now. They start to spam the corner. They've limited the positions, they've got the checklist, and they figure out that Winter has to be somewhere near the site, and it's Sanji that saves the day.
Nicely done from Sanji, but man, these rounds are getting close. You can see why they like these force buys on the 100PingGods side of things. A lineup for Sorrow. I thought that might be the defining moment of the round, but thankfully for Virtus.pro, Sanji had more to say about it. And now I think VP will realize this round should be a given for them. Up against the force buy in the previous, not much for 100PingGods going into this one. And you can see that somewhat in the investment, where Yukindar hasn't even bought a primary weapon in this round. He's just going to sit back and let his teammates do the heavy lifting with the rifles.
Iceman trying his best. I think he'll watch his teammates topple. And he's likely to join them at the bottom of the pile. Kicker confirms just a moment later. So for Virtus.pro, it's all about limiting the casualties, and they've done that. How do you feel about the game plan of 100PingGods to make these risky investments on the CT side? I feel like it's the prime opportunity to get going and get a good half in is against VP's T side. I feel like there's a lot of risk involved in playing the way they do.
Oh, okay, poor Winter. Yeah, I think it's tricky because I think it's just the way they want to play in every game. So you can't really stop them from doing it. You can't say, oh, well, they should be doing this or that. If they're going to practice like this, if this is the way they view the game, I think they've just got to go for it. I do think it just leaves them way more open to ups and downs in their results, though. And maybe that's part of the reason why this team hasn't broke through in the same way some of the other CIS squads have. Because they clearly have a lot of talented players, but they're just... they've never been a consistent team, I feel. And that star's probably part of the reason for it. But who knows? We'll see now if they've got the guns out. They have put a lot of pressure on themselves in this round. As you pointed out, if they lose this here, they probably go 6-1 down, and VP are already kind of cruising.
Yeah, and we talk about how the T side of VP is definitely the weaker point, so they'll be loving this right now. Kindar, he's been hitting some great entries, but not in this round. Smiley has been able to win that battle, and upgrades his FAMAS to an AK-47. It's not a bad deal. Smiley's quite a good businessman.
Yeah, he'll take that. Wheeling and dealing his way up in the world, and even getting some information ahead of time that he thinks it's going to be a B play, and he may have rotated over to the right side of the map here.
I would just trust Smiley's investments, man. He's investing his rotation in the right play. Although JM is poking and prodding around top middle, potentially going to get this flank on in towards CT, and Smiley's even aware of that possibility. Kicker tries to get forward. Orange's player, Iceman, has done a lot of work that. Now Smiley on the edge of the CT smoke. Can he get anything out of it? James' flank is coming in, and Smiley looks back forward, but James is quicker. And getting that kill, and now Jukes for Sura. He's often the player they rely upon, but not in this one. Just one kill from him. And 100PingGods, it is a 2v2, but James holding for the banana play, and he's going to find his sandbox. This could work perfectly for Jamie. He only gets one. And so it is on to Sanji. They pulled them out of a hole a little bit earlier on, and now he has to do it again. Winter on the M1S, searching for the victim, but Sanji at New Box is quiet. He's running the clock down, gathering the info, clearing the site, figuring out where his opponent's playing from, and once he gauges the position, he hears the footsteps. Sanji playing with his prey, and he goes out into the open. Winter will not win the round, does get the kill though, and it's Virtus.pro who go up 5-1. AK stolen away at least for Winter, at least a weapon into this one. But look at the money for 100PingGods.
Yeah, the rest of the team not so nicely served going forwards. Got to hope for some more wheeling and dealing for them to get themselves back up into this game. And for Virtus.pro, a pretty solid round. I think, again, it kind of epitomizes the play style that they're going to go for. Slow rounds. Didn't even really end in a full execute this time. More just kind of trades into the site, winning a couple of fights. I think it was that player in the CT smoke for 100PingGods that had the tough decision to make, had the tough call to decide, do I want to go and swing through and help my teammates fight for the site, or do I want to risk taking a 1v1 at CT? Went against him, and now they're down to pistols, but they've overlooked this position. Iceman nearly gets the chance for multiple kills, but Buster brings it back with back-to-back wallbang kills.
Lovely stuff from Buster. You don't want to let 100PingGods get anything out of this. Buster making sure the Virtus.pro stay ahead. James just throwing away weapons, making sure that 100PingGods don't get the chance to scavenge them off the battlefield. Spoils the board. Juk Fasura trying his best to bring down a Virtus.pro player, but none of his shots connecting lethally, and now here goes the play from Virtus.pro into the A site, which is completely empty. 100PingGods made the rotation over towards B, and likely to save that AK again. So VP, as you pointed out a couple of rounds, it was likely they'd head to 6-1 if 100PingGods had come out on the bottom of the previous round loss. And now that is confirmed to be the case.
Yeah, this is starting to get much more comfortable. If you are a VP fan now, you're definitely happy seeing the start of this game be so solid. Sure, there were some rounds where 100PingGods went for the forces and made them somewhat close initially, but now it's looking a little more convincing for the VP side. And 100PingGods have got to get themselves going with this upcoming gun round. We should see the AWP out for Smiley. There's plenty of money to drop that into his hands, and he's been a little quiet so far on the CT side. And that is another risk of going for so many full spies and, you know, not really respecting that economy game early. It's going to take a while to get that AWP out into Smiley's hands and give him a really good chance with it. And you want that AWP in Smiley's hands as much as possible, as we saw over on the first map. Sure, he is good with the scout, but come on, we want to see him on the AWP if possible.
Why hinder yourself at all? Why weaken your biggest weapon? Is definitely the question that needs to be asked a lot. And Smiley, I wonder if he'll be able to have the same sort of impact here on Inferno. Certainly hope so on the CT side. It seems like a win condition for 100PingGods. Yeah, sure they have Juke Fasura, but Smiley really is he's the catalyst to winning rounds. I think Juke Fasura is good at certain role aspects, but I think Smiley is mostly the star of the team, right? He has the full package. He can deliver the clutches, the openings, the mid rounds. He's just got these explosive ability. He's just the all-round star player for the team, so you got to have him show up. VP coming to the end of the tactical timeout. They've got AKs across everybody. Kicker should have one line there in front of him. 100PingGods buy coming in. 6-1 down already. You got to expect that they have to win this one. They have to.
And it is getting to that point where you wouldn't call it desperate, but you call it an important round for the CTs. So far, so good for VP, though. Not really put a foot wrong so far in this game. Even when the rounds have come close, they've come good. Smiley playing sandbags with the AWP. You don't often see the AWPers playing this committed angle. Can be hard to fall back, but this time he'll be fine. Elsewhere, Yakindar trying to play on the edge of this smoke. No one here to meet him.
Oh, but Sorrow library watches for the walk up through the archway, and Yakindar is caught going a little too far beyond his borders. And Smiley, he's got that up, he's wielding it to success. A great start to the round here from 100PingGods. A two-man advantage that puts them in a winning spot unless VP can pull off an incredible attack into this A site. But luckily Winter throws the smoke down into the pit. They get any problems in terms of Molotovs coming in. Pops up on top of the bicycle and gives him a nice one-way, or a difficult smoke to see over the top of at least. He takes the rest of the kills. So this just turned out to be an 100PingGods clean round. Like, this might just be flawless unless James decides to take away the clean sheet.
Ooh, well, he won't be able to. Nice for the CTs to get a bunch of AK into their hands too. I'm sure they will be delighted with that. We saw what they could do with those AKs over on Dust too. Really fast time to kill on a couple of these players in those all-important rounds. Funny for VP is actually in a position where one round loss here would be pretty bad for them. They would have to save. They've only got a $1,900 loss bonus. So pretty important round here for both teams. Although 100PingGods have a bit more money in the bank. Molly in. Oh, Smiley could be in trouble. He has to commit to the angle. And that Molly keeps him trapped in. Easy kill for Kicker early. And VP thinking about going for the full-on B play right now. They're going to slow it down, though.
Oh, Sanji gets found. Good aggressive play from Winter. And yeah, they've slowed this B play down. And more like they're being forced to slow it down as well. This utility from 100PingGods keeping them back. And VP, they love slowing it down. In fact, this is what they decide to do pretty much all the time, is slow it down. So are not going to be in any uncomfortable territory. 100PingGods are doing really well, though, at holding on to their utility. Look how much they've got left going into this final 55 seconds.
Now, we discussed that earlier. It's potentially being a big benefit for the CTs. Molly into top mid, buys an extra 5 or so seconds. Then they have a smoke at the ready. The smoke actually goes into the apartments, though. So that may give VP the opportunity they needed to just walk into top mid, not make any noise. And there's a chance the CTs aren't ready for this.
Yeah, and doing that smoke, they kind of tell VP, these guys have no info. These guys have no control right now. And they get ready to wrap into the site. Iceman's going to be under so much pressure. Spots the long play coming out. Even into the chicken. The chicken's just screwed him over. And now Kicker gets the double kill. 9 seconds left for VP. And the Mollies come in to keep Sorrow at bay. He'll throw his utility into the site, but with the bomb plant, it's secured. And now VP looking to try and close this out. They've got the AWP in the hands of James. Kicker, who's looking for the ace at the minute. He's already found 3 kills in this round, putting VP in this position to begin with, but James looks to add to the tally. Spots the shadow, misses the shot though, drops back, nearly gets it all, but now it's just Kicker. He has to do everything. He has to just clutch this or just run down the time, and Sorrow's come in for the headshot.
Wow. They go ahead and get it. Oh man, it looked really good for VP. Once Kicker gets those couple of kills, you think that's going to be the defining moment of the round. But not the case. 100PingGods come back with a couple of kills of their own. And now Virtus.pro are in that position we discussed previously. The difference is they got the bomb down. So their money's a bit better than you might have, thought it would be. But still, they only get 1 AK out of it. It has to be a half buy. And now we could see 100PingGods start to come back into this one.
They definitely could, and I, for one, am excited about that prospect. I don't want to see 100PingGods just come in and press us on Dust 2 and then fizzle out to nothing. I want to see them be a real competitive team. Give me some excitement. Have a storyline about a team who comes through the close qualifier and can upset one of the biggest teams in the tournament. It would certainly be a statement to the rest of the teams in the competition. 100PingGods are not meant to be taken lightly. Look at this setup. It's a setup they've rocked quite a few times. Virtus.pro playing towards Coffins. Iceman taking the initial attention and then they peek in tandem. It's worked quite well between them time and time again. It's just Yukinda that's found 1 kill for VP. And Sorrow comes over for the final. 4 rounds for 100PingGods. VP trying to get the bomb plant down there, and it just didn't really work out. And here comes the buy up again. It's the AWP for James, it's the AKs, Galils. I mean, these buys aren't that good for Virtus.pro. They're on the line here. They lose this, their money is going to be down to pistols again, and 100PingGods are likely tying the scoreline up.
Buster buying very last second there. It's a bit late out of spawn, but it's all good. Yeah, this is a chance for this game to again heat on up. Oh, I like this. Little switch up. Get the AWP into the apartments. Smiley hasn't been too involved so far, but this setup is one that can be difficult to overcome if you're playing alone in the apartments. Nice shot from Smiley, and his teammate Sorrow is locking down top mid. VP just 1 by 1 funnel their way through that smoke. Really hard fights for them. And even though Kicker's in CT spawn, he's got so much to do. Even if he's in a strong position, he's got to do a massive amount of work here.
Some might say maybe even too much because he's just got a Galil. And the onus really is on him to make the play. Unless Jim can get this banana frag, that could open up an opportunity into the B split. If he takes down Iceman, it will just be 1 player. Virtus.pro in towards Ruins, and they could run to the B site. But he's going to go the wrong way. He's going to go back to A. And there is 2 players right there for the defense. I hope they go to the B site. They spot out 1 in Ruins. if James goes banana, this could be the 6th split, but he's taken so much time that maybe this rotation can even come over from the CTs. You can see how ready they are to go in towards CT. And a great reposition from Juke Fasura to get back into new box and fight down into CT. And because James didn't immediately react and decide he was going into banana, they couldn't work in tandem. They couldn't split the site together, and it ended up just being all onto Kicker, and he just couldn't get it done. So has to be the safe call for Jim coming in, and at least he's living up to the Twitch chat. But yeah, I mean, this has to be the save. The money's gone for VP. If you can get the AWP in James' hands, he can make that sing in the next round, but only if he gets it into the next one. And he's done that. He hides in the kitchen.
You have to assemble this round really well. Once this play at the beginning goes against you, you know, Buster's trying to focus on the long smoke, so he's not exposing himself to short. He's kind of using that smoke as a bit of cover, but just not able to force the trade quickly enough. He was relying on his teammate to win the first fight. And then, as you were saying at the end there, they really just need to perfectly time it so that they can play together in the 2v4. And that's not easy to do because you're so far down in the round already. So James has to be the hero, and he won't be. Iceman flashed into second mid. That AWP's been dropped early. At least VP can get it back, but it won't be their primary AWPer using it.
Yeah, we just talked about how Jim has to be the hero and then immediately dead. It's like one of those comedy slapstick anti-hero movies. It's he's dead immediately. How unfortunate. And now Sanji is going to be the AWPer. We'll see if VP can muster anything out of round 12. It is likely to be the 6th on the board for the CTs. I'm glad they've been able to recover this half, 100PingGods, because it was looking pretty grim for them. They figured it out. I feel like this is the best case scenario for them to win the series as well. If they're ever going to get the upset win against Virtus.pro, I think you've got to get it in the first 2. So it's great that they're doing this in the first half. They're keeping it competitive. Virtus.pro now turning their attentions up towards the A side. Sora's over here. Oh, Sora. Nice pistol kills over them.
Still well done to get those on the hold. He's been good at holding top mid so far. VP just haven't been able to trade on all of these. Obviously, with the pistols this round, you might not expect the instant trade, but so many players pushing. I thought it was going to come eventually. Instead, Sanji has to back away, save the AWP. Oh, it's going to be a weird position for VP economically, I think.
Yep.
We'll have a look.
Oh.
Yeah, and Sanji needs to survive. I think he'll be fine. But there will be at least one weakness here, or maybe some nades missing on some players.
Well, this is that 3K lineup, none of them looking at him, and then finally the top mid play does turn around, but Soro uses the A1S. Limited ammo in that, but they have increased it since I used to play it, so maybe I'll give it a go again. I always forget they have actually increased it. 25 per mic, right? So it's a much better option than it used to be, in my opinion, in terms of maybe a year and a half ago.
Yeah, we're seeing quite a few pros picking it up nowadays. It's starting to become more and more common, it feels, which is good to see. Smiley, Molly back. That Molly is a nice from VP. They've thrown that a couple of times, and it's I think slightly deeper than some other teams that throw that Molly, and it just makes it so awkward for the AWP because you really can't stick around and try and just get a pot shot off, or you're going to take a bunch of damage. Virtus.pro have found an entry. Oh no, it's a team kill from James. What a disaster.
Oh, Buster did so well as well to get that opening, and then James just shoots him in the back. A minute left. It's a nightmare for Virtus.pro, and now they're turning their attentions towards A. And this positioning from Soro might just get them the round win. They've got a player in pit as well. Winter's done well, usually in this spot, but Yakindar just emerging from the long smoke through Moto. Soro's been checked as well. Yakindar, he knows his entry path. He knows how to clear out a bomb site quickly. And that is a little bit of magic from Yakindar.
Really nicely done. And this is the sort of map where if you are a very good entry fragger and you can overperform in those spots, you can have crazy impact because, as we talked about earlier, those rotations and the retakes are so difficult. And I think that's why, or part of why, VP like to go for this Inferno. Yekindar can also make those plays on CT side too. Finally getting to see one of those rounds come through yet again for VP into this one. 7-6 up. Not too bad for them so far. Plenty of cash for the CT, so they won't be too bothered. That's that second Yekindar kill, just sneaking up on them, putting his team in a good position. 7-6, but CTs, as we were saying, plenty of money. Still want to see more from Smiley, though. I think it would be great if he could have a couple of impact rounds here at the end of the half, because his AWP has been a bit of a non-factor so far.
Smiley turned down into mid. I like that he realizes that he needs to get involved a bit more. He's even trying to force the issue from the beginning of the rounds. But didn't get his chance. Virtus.pro has taken significant damage at the start of round 14. He's down to 10 HP. Virtus.pro slow into banana. They're using a lot of utility now, 100PingGods. There's no real reason to do that either. Just didn't feel comfortable leaving it open. Virtus.pro now take top banana. And that is 2 smokes gone from the B defense. Virtus.pro throw 1 flash in towards top banana, hoping that's enough to bait out some more utility. And now they're just going to leave 1 player over there. And the rest are turning their attentions towards A. Here comes the execute.
Smoke up towards long. VP continue to take their time here. 100PingGods sitting back on their hold. Again, so much utility remaining. Winter has a full set of nades on this A site, and he's about to plop that smoke down. Virtus.pro absolutely out of the round, though, and that could be a big problem.
Yeah, used 10 HP to begin with, but now gone completely. And Smiley holds. This is the round you need out of him. Nearly gets a third on the way down. Sanji finally creates a little bit of space to play with, but Winter is inside of the site. He's still in this corner, and with 15 seconds left, they've got to get him out. And luckily, Sanji is all reliable, does it quickly, and Iceman, he's over with 1 kill. They couldn't deny the plan, but has to come down to the 2v2 as Yekindar through the smoke. Another bit of magic from him. And Sorrow, no kit, no utility. AWP into the site, and Jim is just so quick at reacting on those shots. It's 8-6 now as Virtus.pro are into the lead, heading into the last round of the half. It's going to be a bye for 100PingGods. Best case scenario is 7 rounds, and that's not too bad. That's as close as you can get it.
You get to see how hard it is to hold on to that A site when you lose that first fight along, though. I think it's part of why the CTs can often feel so stressed on this map. You lose that initial duel, and even with Smiley doing really good work from his position, still not enough to put yourself in a good position. The chance for a 9-6 half coming up shortly. Virtus.pro wants to put a stop to that, though. He's got the first kill, and he's got away before that molly forces him back. Nicely done.
Sorrow, he's going to be rotating over towards B. That's a great Molotov. And Iceman gets flashed in. Extra damage done onto Jim as well. Not enough for the kill, but the AWPer is wounded. And they're going to be quickly rotating back up to the A site. And Smiley's over here. He's not an easy player to get rid of. Great kill on Yekindar. Molotov goes down as well. Smiley just gets away, and Winter backs him up. Sanji hits the deck, and now it's just Jim. Often on the back lines. Often capable of clutches, but this one is maybe a little beyond his skill set, especially with the damage he received earlier. Got 1 Molotov left. He's going to throw it away. Now confirming his position at top middle. We'll watch how that affects the position of Virtus.pro. He'll immediately start walking down banana, making sure that's covered off. And Jim, he's going to crack open Sorrow. Flash over the A site. There's only 18 seconds left, though. And although Jim is very good it is still very difficult to see how he's going to get rid of the issue of 2 players in the pit. And it's not going to happen. Winter takes him down, 8-7. The 100PingGods, quite the recovery, honestly, Hawker. You take a look at the performance of Virtus.pro, and you see a string of 5 rounds there in a row, and they come back swinging over the 100PingGods side with 5 in a row. I thought for a moment we were about to see a very one-sided Virtus.pro tipping point. 100PingGods come out and get a 7 on the board.
Not a bad half for both teams. I think it sets up this second half nicely. We were saying earlier, though, we think that the CT side for VP could be a good strength for them. Kindar looking for something early. Has to fall back. He's got to be ready for this fast play.
Buster tapping and Soro and Winter getting the headshots. That is so quick. He said they had to be ready for a quick play. I don't think you can be ready for that. Nothing can prepare you for the blistering fast headshots that 100PingGods has just given out. And Sanji, that smoke reveals him. I thought he was about to get a chance, but it's actually Sanji that is revealed. Kicker finally drawing blood for Virtus.pro, but it's short-lived. And Jame again on the other side of the map. He's worried about a potential flanking. Now he's going to start making his way up Banana. He would need this immediate headshot. And it's not going to happen. He gets headshotted immediately himself. So 8-8. We're tied up on the board again. 100PingGods, they really do stand a chance now for this upset victory. I don't know how I felt coming into this series. I didn't think this was even a possibility. But I really do start to believe now that this is a chance. Because the 100PingGods are playing some great Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I'm just so impressed that their individuals are holding up this well. And maybe you could say that VP are not playing to their best, but even if you give that away, it's still so impressive to see them doing so well here. And it's not like VP have completely played way below their normal level, right? Maybe it's a slight underperformance, but I don't think that's that crazy that this result would be expected. In comes Iceman, lovely timing. James not going to get anything out of it. The MAC-10's running rampant on the A-bomb site.
The weapons you want to do it as well. Money picked up, high mobility, difficult to take down. It's really solid that 100PingGods are able to come in and just win these kind of rounds, because these force buys, you're going up against these upgraded pistols, Kevlar, they can be the most difficult rounds to win. And they have the gravest consequences, especially in a close game like this. So as long as you're avoiding the worst case scenarios, you can feel very happy about this. It's just Buster left. And often in these kind of rounds, when the initial fights don't go your way, when you're force bought as the CT side, you generally want to save as many of these weapons as possible. You want to carry the Kevlar into the next rounds, because you actually stand a chance to do some damage and bring down the economy. But with only one player saving his deagle, and it might not even be one player if Buster was to go around that, it's not really looking all that great for VP. And in fact, it's looking quite nice for 100PingGods to build up some more money. They could even go on to another MAC-10 here, and they could build up so much cash.
Yeah, not much of anything for VP in this round, so it is only the one MAC-10, but I'm sure Duke Vasora will like to go aggressive. He is the player on the team that attempts the entry by far most frequently. He's attempted the entry there, but Kicker has absolutely denied him. So any hope of the MAC-10 making some extra money has been snatched away from them, Dinko. Now it's just about making sure they actually win the round.
Surely not VP, not like this. Just a couple of deegs. As Zeus in the hands of Jame is in the rattiest corner possible. We don't even know if that, I don't even know if I can call that a corner. Maybe just a spot, but Kicker certainly spotting. Smiley, his head is off, and luckily Iceman, he somehow gets a double out of that. Yakindar goes down quickly, and Jame, hello? You're careful long. This could be interesting. Jame is really committed to this. Zeus finally gets spotted. He's still holding for it. He wants it. I appreciate the conviction.
Gotta respect it. Sorrow is kind of thinking to himself, maybe I don't want to go around this corner just yet. Maybe he does, though. James got his back turned. Easy kill for Sorrow. AK picked up by Buster, though. He'll be getting out of there. And nice to see Kicker getting a couple of kills, because I think he is the kind of player who can make an individual play often to save a round for VP or to make a round like this happen. Oftentimes, he seems to get a good knack just individually for finding timing windows when he's freed up. And it was cool to see that happen in this round. Fortunately, though, it doesn't lead to much other than a bit of damage and a save game, which you can't complain about.
I love this from StarLadder. A little zoom in on the crosshairs to really give us the view. So double figures for the 100PingGods. There's a few Galils in here in the mix, and they're going up against the AWP of Jim and the buy of the Virtus.pro side. Let's see if they can stop this from getting any ground. Virtus.pro CT side and Dust 2 was certainly a little better. Defense is strong on Inferno, and another good opening. Jukfasura is solid at this opening fights. He's taken down Yakindar. Luckily, Buster's there, but in behind Yakindar to trade it out. So it is going to be a 4v4 at the beginning of round 19. But it looks like 100PingGods don't even care about the B side. They're going into A, and right now there's 3 players here for Virtus.pro.
Smokes are arriving on long, but James can easily see to the site. The smokes are landing behind him, so he's got a strong position with the AWP. His rifle's still doing work on the site itself, but it's all up to Sanji, and he will deliver. Lovely little headshot. Didn't think he was going to get it quite that quickly, but he hits him with the wall bang. 100PingGods, the smokes up towards long didn't do enough. James was already in a position where he could see, and even though it wasn't the AWP that had massive impact, it's just such a focal point. You have to put all your attention almost onto that AWP. You have to constantly focus on that, and it helps the riflers on the site itself get a couple of easier kills.
Much needed start for Virtus.pro. It'll give them a bit of inspiration, a little bit of life to realize this CT side is just beginning. And a nice peek from Jukfasura, this time not traded back by Buster, who, well, it's just a little delayed. It feels like an instant replay, honestly, just a little bit of a difference in terms of the timing of the peak, and Iceman's not going to let his teammate go down without a fight, so Buster hits the deck. Jim has quickly rotated over to try and plug the hole in the B site. He's waiting on his teammates to get over here, but Jim needs to line them up, and it's the collateral. They line up, 1 bullet, 2 kills. Iceman and Sora both down. And that is the kill that Jim was looking for. I seen it in my mind's eye, and Jim delivers once again.
Oh, Smiley fighting back, though. Before the molly even landed, he beat him with a headshot of his own. And the rotate over from A is somewhat slow. Kicker's not going to arrive that quickly, so I don't think Sanji wants to commit to trying to deny the bomb plant. He won't get there in time. They'll have to concede it. Winter's even got a smoke, which he puts down towards CT. Sanji ready to fight, but 2 against him. 100PingGods team up wisely, and now it's all on Kicker.
That is beautiful from them, the double push together, but that incendiary that he's picked up on the way, that'll keep them at bay. That'll force them into one avenue. That funnels them in towards CT spawn, and Kicker comes off the bomb, turns it into a 1v1. He's looking the wrong way, though. Kicker's committed to the runes. And while wrapping around CT, Kicker looks back, and Winter goes down. Kicker wins out the clutch. It's perfectly played. He's going to hold it for the defuse and secures it for Virtus.pro. The perfect Molotov, the perfect peek, and the timing back for the CT kill.
They are being pushed to the limit here, though, aren't they? Oh man, it was so hard at the end here for Kicker. This lineup from James looked like the moment, but then Smiley, how about that? 1 tap onto the AWPer, they team up for that kill, but then Kicker just looks back in time. He realizes this peak still hasn't come in. It's a little bit suspect. He looks back at CT to bring it back to an even scoreline. And look at this, Dinko. We've got the Tech 9s out. We've got a heavy investment from 100PingGods. We know they like to run these plays. Let's see what they can do with it.
it's likely to be an explosive play out of the apartments. Look how many players. There's not even focusing at all on Banana. They do throw a little bit of utility there just to try and keep the players honest on the B side, but they've made an early stack rotation over here for Virtus.pro. 4 players on the A side of the map. Jim and Kicker taking the initial kills, and Yakindar trying to get in behind them, but Winter spotted it. Luckily, Sanji's just landing shots here for VP, and the bomb's gone down. It's an investment that has not worked out for the 100PingGods, and Virtus.pro, they are being forced to the edge, but this round was much more comfortable. There's not much money available for 100PingGods. It would have been a different story if they had managed a bomb plant out of the last round, but they didn't even get close to the site. So it has to be another one of these rounds where they're just giving it up to VP. Oh, an 8. Okay. They have called for an AK investment.
I think they just seem to really always want to try and cause the CT economy issues, which I guess I can understand. You know, it sucks being a CT when you're constantly losing a couple of players every round. But it is going to limit them in the future. Here comes the push from Yakindar. Oh, wow, that just looked deadly. Duke Vasura able to get it back, though, and Buster has to play safe. He's the only man on B.
It's so unfortunate for the T's that Yakindar gets that perfect lineup. It's the bomb as well. Well, that matters at the present time. 100PingGods down a player, and that is the main issue right now. I want to go towards the A site, and over here is Kicker alongside Jim. And this AWP in towards short has been solid from Jim. He's had a couple of rounds now where he's definitely looked quite hot to trot. We'll see if he can get this opening pick on the boiler extension. And well, Winter's not even ready for a quick second shot as well from Jim. That's it all shut down, and Kicker is waiting for the apartments walkout. It's just a moment of time before Smiley's head presents itself and Kicker gets the timing. 12 to 10. If VP managed to close this out, I'm going to say the turning point has to be that clutch, that Kicker clutch, because that really did break the back of 100PingGods for those last 2 rounds. Put VP in the lead again, but here comes the buy-up for 100PingGods. Look at that. What?
Yeah, and like you said, that kick-up clutch could be a huge turning point. And I think he does bring that to the team, that little bit of individual flair, where sometimes he wins you rounds you shouldn't. I think he's one of the VP players that pulls that through the most for them. And now pressure is on 100PingGods. They've kept the CT economy somewhat low, but I still think VP would be okay if they lost this one. And they're not looking like losing it right now. They've already got the first kill to go their way. That was the Mac 10 of Duke Vasura trying to run it up Banana. But Yakindar spams him through the smoke. And with that early kill, they're pretty content playing from the site itself.
I think right now Virtus.pro can have a little breath in this round. As solid start. But once again, the stress begins. It's Smiley, who has taken that kill back onto the impactful player of the previous round, Jim. And now that he is out of play, Virtus.pro's defense is significantly weakened. And followed up with Sorrow onto Sanji. He's going to go into CT spawn. Kicker, well, he has to have a huge hold. He has to deliver. He's only managed 1 kill, and that's the site gone. They've even got Sorrow here to cut off these quick rotations through CT spawn. It's a beautiful round here from 100PingGods.
Sorrow not even needed in this position. The rotates never even came. I love the idea too. It's an annoying angle to clear. You're probably never going to pre-aim that position. He's so low on health that he would have loved to have got a kill there. Is it worth hunting down these guns if you're on the T side right now? I feel like you might be better off saving your 3. Well, it's only going to be 2 now. Sorrow pushing in alone. CT economy should be fine going into the future, but a much-needed round win for the T side, and as you said, a well-taken round, splitting onto A. Even though they lost that first pick over on Banana, they bring it back.
What a game of Counter-Strike between these two teams. I didn't think this was going to be the game of the day. We had fours earlier on, had a very one-sided first map, and then we had double overtime. So yeah, we've had quite a bit of Counter-Strike today here on the secondary stream. 100PingGods bringing the fight to Virtus.pro. If you are just tuning in and wondering what the scoreline is, it is currently 1-0 for 100PingGods against Virtus.pro. 100PingGods picked us to here on Inferno, which is Virtus.pro's map pick. It's 12-11, and they are being forced to the brink. You have to say, Alex, this really does look like breaking point for both teams now when you look at their economy. And it's two exhausted fighters battling it out in a war of attrition. Eventually, one of them have got to give out. Which economy is it going to be first?
It's the question that's hot on everyone's lips right now. Nades exchanged on Banana. That Molly's going to lock VP in. VP have used quite a bit of their utility early, but it was the A players that came over to B to help with those nades. So the B players still have good nades themselves, so they can stick around. Another Molly deployed onto Banana before they fall back to the site. Eventually, 100PingGods will get the early control they were hoping for. And the question is, what do they do with it? Because they've got quite a few players stacked on Banana right now.
You cannot... Oh, he's done well there. Nearly ends up taking 2 kills. Just the one, though, so far onto Iceman, and Virtus.pro handed the man advantage. Just barely a one-man advantage. Took Fasura is very lucky to get out of there alive. They did eliminate Jim early on in the previous round, and that ended up being a very good prospect for 100PingGods. If you can get rid of Jim before he delivers impact, you can find yourselves getting closer and closer to round wins. Even slowing down the play that has really caused a problem here for 100PingGods. Jim has dropped back into Archway as well. 20 seconds for the T side to figure out how they're going to get onto the bomb site. Kicker in the pit. He's got his teammate out to the left side of him as well if they need it. This is not a good round at all. This might even be just a call off. They might as well just save their weapons. Run away from this. They haven't given themselves enough time. Jim did well to delay in the top mid push with that incendiary grenade, and another kill is enough to give 13 to Virtus.pro.
Oh, and now this is pressure for 100PingGods. They did well over on Dust 2 to win on what was quite a close map, where there probably was a lot of stress on them, honestly. You know, this is a big tournament for these guys, a big chance to prove themselves. Now they've got to do it on Inferno, and finally, we see a investment last second from 100PingGods. It took them a while, but they do go ahead and go for the full buy. So everything into this round after the save, it's put them in this uncomfortable position, losing that last one. They've got to try and rebound instantly. Otherwise, I think VP have a good chance of running away with it. And this play is one that Yekindar loves to make. Smoke deep down. It's got a little gap in the smoke. That's a lot of B control early for VP.
Oh, Jim thinking about the rotation, but has come back and held his position in library. His teammates in towards CT spawn as well. He's not too far off landing these shots through the smoke. Definitely a little bit scary there, James. You don't want to be giving me a heart attack. 55 seconds around the corner is Juke Vasura, and he will eventually realize this, but Yekindar and Sanji, they're taking the kills. And for 100PingGods, this is turning into a nightmare. Need the kills back quickly. And it's just not happening. Kick it on the edge of the smoke, plays it to perfection, and Iceman is so confused, so caught in the open. Nice little tap back into the site. A second kill as well. Need to be careful, they don't give him much more, but luckily Jim is so quick on the AWP. Wallbind kill in the 14th round for Virtus.pro, and I really do see them starting to run away with this now, Alex. It's looking really good for the VP side. I just want to also update you guys about the A stream. We're currently running 2 simultaneous streams. You're currently watching the secondary stream. But over on the main stream, currently round 38 is underway between Spirit and Entropic on map number 1 of Nuke. 20-18 the scoreline, with Spirit just leading the way by 2 rounds. If you're interested in following that matchup, head on over to StarLadder _CS_EN.
For now, though, we've got to see if 100PingGods can make anything work out of this round. And seeing that similar aggression from Yakinda, clearing out those close corners initially. Now he only needs to focus on the choke point. 100PingGods, though, have their players stacked into top mid, but it's the similar situation where VP gets so much early ground on B, they're going to rotate another man over to A, and the reinforcements arriving on A should make this hold all the more easy.
Going through Archway, and Yakinda is ready for it. Only gets 1 kill, though. That's not really good enough. Luckily, Buster's there to pick up the rest of the scraps. And it's going to be the sprint to the B side, but they don't have the bomb. If they had the bomb, this could be a much better story for them, but they're missing an essential piece to the story. And Buster is going to be aware of this possibility. He just try and end this himself. He will get the lineup potential there, but no kill for him. 2v3. At this point, VP will tighten the ship up and not give anything else away, surely. You gotta respect them in all scenarios. 100PingGods have demanded that respect throughout this series. Virtus.pro not gonna let a round like this go, and they do clean it up in the end. 2 for Kicker, 24-18. Kicker really has been the player that has got them into this situation. I think without Kicker, we could be looking at a different scoreline.
Yeah, he's been incredibly important for them here. 24 kills. I think when Kicker's playing well, I love the different aspect to the game he gives VP. He gives them that ability for the solo plays, which I love. I think it's really nice when he's playing well for them to have that little something special to throw in every now and then. And 100PingGods, last chance for them here on Inferno, and they are doing well to start things off. They take Yakinda out early. He was trying to go for that peek on the right side of the smoke, but 100PingGods were clearly very aware of it. And now look at this response from VP. They've rotated massively over to B, and this could be a lovely call.
Sanji playing a new box. He's going to throw that smoke that creates a corridor, wider area to fight in. He's also got Buster there to help him if needed, and they might think it's clear now. They might think Sanji's not there, and in fact, Sanji is 100% here, taking kills. Smiley down, and Winter getting over the top of the site. Oh, the ever-elusive Sanji playing with the smoke corridor that he created. And now Winter, he'll fall as well. There we go. It is Virtus.pro that will get themselves the win. It isn't an easy win, to be fair to them. It definitely takes a long time to get them into that scenario, but 100PingGods, they just couldn't quite hang in there on Inferno. It's those decisive clutches, those individual moments from the likes of Kicker that can get Virtus.pro into those situations. It's what really makes the difference.
Yeah, makes a big difference there in that game. I think all in all for VP, they're just going to be happy to get that map win at this point. I don't think they're too fussed about the performance right this minute. I think that's something they'll try and build through the tournament, but important map win for them, and that means we go to a third.
It does indeed. We're going to go to a short break, and then we're going to be right back into the action for the third map. It's coming after the break. You don't want to go anywhere. We'll see you after this.
Я думаю, для нас, для 100PingGods, попасть на мажор уже будет, достаточно... это в рамках... Если все объективно, это, наверное, невозможно. Потому что в прошлом РМР у нас нет очков. В этом РМР надо нереально запотеть, реально показать уровень. И плюс следующий РМР. Конечно, шансы есть, но я, честно, этого особо не вижу. Конечно, мы к этому стремимся, играть против сильнейших. И этот РМР — это отличный шанс, чтобы показать, чего мы стоим. Наш минимум — это как просто показать нашу самую достойную игру. И даже если мы проиграем, сделать это, отдав все наши силы. Наша команда особо, мы даже, если честно, мы к закрытым квалификациям особо-то не готовились. Мы просто играли в нашу игру. И но на этот РМР, конечно, знаю, какие команды будут. В основном это все топ-20, если я не ошибаюсь. И шокирующе, наверное, только что-то, наверное, на Ancient новое. Мы пытаемся добавить больше инициативы, наверное, в нашу игру. Чего-то прям нового, я думаю, мы не добавим, но в основном это, наверное, просто больше тимплея на каких-то новых картах, вот как Ancient. Это все. Больше всего, честно, мы пока... ну, когда с только мы готовились, из остальных команд, наверное, я думаю, Virtus.pro будет и Entropic. Потому что ну, Virtus.pro мы достаточно часто следим за ними, как они играют. А Entropic мы уже играли с ними до этого и, в принципе, знаем, как они играют на каких-то определенных картах. Я думаю, просто нужно уделить внимание на какие-то определенные аспекты. Вот, поэтому я думаю, это будет Virtus.pro и Entropic.